Hey everybody, it's Craig with Smartphone Envy. We got a great face-off for you today. Verizon's HTC Thunderbolt 4G versus AT&T's HTC Inspire 4G. Want to thank the folks over at Best Buy Mobile, Thousand Oaks Mall for setting me up with the Verizon HTC Thunderbolt 4G. If you're in need of a smartphone, make sure you stop by the Thousand Oaks Mall. Check out Best Buy Mobile. They'll have anything you might need. Also, don't forget, stop by smartphoneenvy.com. Check out the written review, the winner of today's face-off, along with photos and videos taken by both of today's contestants. All right, let's kick this off. The Thunderbolt 4G dual-band CDMA. EVDO Rev A 3G, Verizon 4G connectivity, weighs in at 164 grams. Build quality. The case itself is made out of aluminum. Encompasses the entire display. We've also got a nice chrome accent up here along the earpiece, high-grade plastic here along the bottom. Battery cover is a rubberized plastic, covers about 2/3 of the back. The texture coating almost feels like leather. They did a really nice job. Got a dual LED flash, your camera, HTC logo. Just below the battery cover is your kickstand for watching videos. Phone speaker is housed underneath the kickstand. This piece here is aluminum as well. Up on top, 3.5mm headphone jack along with the power and lock key. Right hand side volume rocker, microphone on the bottom, and on the left hand side is your micro USB port. All right, the Inspire 4G. Quad band GSM, dual band 3G, AT&T's 4G connectivity. Weighs in at 163.9 grams, so it's 1/10 of a gram lighter. I will tell you, it definitely feels smaller and lighter in your hand. It is not as thick. The back is not quite as rounded as the Thunderbolt, so it does feel a bit smaller in your hand. Build quality, basically the same. Again, you've got an aluminum case, got some high-grade plastic here just below the display. Nice chrome accent here up on top by the earpiece. The battery cover, SIM card slot, micro SD card slots are made out of rubberized plastic. Got a nice texture coat on the back. And then again, you've got the rubberized plastic over the dual LED flash, camera, phone speaker. Up on top is the power and lock key. Nothing on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, 3.5mm headphone jack, micro USB port along with microphone. And then on the left-hand side is the volume rocker. All right, the cameras are identical. Both of them offer an 8-megapixel camera with autofocus, dual LED flash, touch focus, geotagging, as well as face detection. Video capture is 720p on both. As far as batteries, the Thunderbolt offers a 1400 milliamp hour battery rated at 6 hours of talk time. The Inspire 4G offers a 1230 milliamp hour battery, also rated at 6 hours of talk time. On the Thunderbolt 4G, you need to remove the battery to replace or exchange the micro SD card. On the Inspire 4G, you do not. All right, let's take a look at the displays on both. Getting them both fired up here. And back to our home screen. There we go. Get them centered for you, or at least close anyway. We've got a same size displays, but different types. On the Thunderbolt 4G, you've got a 4.3-inch TFT capacitive touch display, again showing 480 by 800 pixels. Offers an accelerometer sensor, proximity sensor, as well as multi-touch. You also have a front-facing 1.3 megapixel camera on the Thunderbolt 4G in the upper right-hand corner, along with 4 touch-sensitive keys just below the display: home key, main menu key, back key, and search key. On the Inspire 4G, the 4.3-inch display is a super LCD capacitive touch display showing 480 by 800 pixels, also offering an accelerometer sensor, proximity sensor, as well as multi-touch. There is no front-facing camera, and again, you have the 4 typical Android keys just below the display: home key, main menu key, back key, and search key, and they are touch sensitive. As far as memory, the Thunderbolt comes with 8 gigabytes of internal storage, 768 megabytes of RAM. Internal storage can be expanded an additional 32 gigabytes through the use of a micro SD card. It does come with a pre-installed 32 gigabyte micro SD card, which is pretty slick. The Inspire 4G has 4 gigabytes of internal storage, 768 megabytes of RAM, so they match up there. Again, internal storage can be expanded an additional 32 gigabytes through the use of a micro SD card. It comes with an 8 gigabyte micro SD card pre-installed. Both of them offer Wi-Fi 802.11 BGN with support for DLNA. Both of them have Bluetooth version 2.1 with support for A2DP. Both of them have GPS with support for AGPS. Both can be used as Wi-Fi hotspots. Processors are a little bit different. The Thunderbolt 4G has the latest Qualcomm MSM8655 1 GHz Snapdragon processor. The Inspire 4G has Qualcomm's MSM8255 1 GHz Snapdragon processor. They both use Android 2.2 Froyo as their operating system, and both of them have HTC Sense 2.0 as their UI overlay. All right, I've downloaded the Quadrant standard benchmark test from the Android market on both of our contestants. So what do you say we kick these off and see what happens? Again, both of them have the same amount of RAM, 768 megabytes of RAM. The Thunderbolt is running off the latest Qualcomm MSM 8655 1 gigahertz Snapdragon processor, but I'm guessing this could be pretty close. And as you can see, they're running through the test at about the same rate of speed, which doesn't necessarily mean anything. Gives you a chance to see the difference in the displays as well. Also got frame rates and frames per second in the lower left-hand corner. All right, we've got one more 3D graphics test. All right, let's see what we get back. All right, according to them, they're both on top. 1921 from the Thunderbolt, and the Inspire 4G is 1670. So based on our benchmark test that we just ran, it looks as if the Thunderbolt 4G is going to run a little bit quicker and is definitely our winner. All right, what do you say we do our YouTube comparison? I've got the Inspire 4G up on top with the Thunderbolt 4G just below it. They're both running up the same Wi-Fi network. I have both set to default to play in HQ, and their displays are both set to automatic brightness, and we're off. I think that was pretty close. All right, there's number one. What else have we got here? Charlie Sheen. Boy, he needs more press, doesn't he? All right, and we're off. Inspire 4G took round one. And that round two was taken by the Thunderbolt. Okay, so we all know that's not Charlie Sheen. Oh, here he is. Proving that he can become crazier than he already has. Don't drink that. This will be our see who wins. And Thunderbolt 4G took 2 out of 3 on the load time. I'll let it run a little bit so you can see the difference in the displays. Again, you've got the Super LCD up on top on the Inspire 4G and the TFT capacitive touch display on the Thunderbolt 4G on the bottom. So I'll give you a second to take a look at the qualities because there's definitely a difference. All right, so there is our YouTube comparison. All right, what do you say we run our navigation comparison here? I'll try and kick them off at the same time. Navigate to McDonald's.
Head north on Lansford Circle to Livingston Port. Then turn left at Coving Way. Turn left at Coving Way. Then turn left at Lavender Road.
All right, as you can see and hear, neither one of our contestants had any issue at all in setting us up with voice-guided turn-by-turn navigation over to McDonald's. We're looking at the satellite view on both. And this is on the Thunderbolt 4G, and you can see it scrolls very smooth. No real issues with redrawing. And on the Inspire 4G, pretty much exactly the same. So I would have to say both of them handled the navigation test very, very well, and both of them did a great job in providing voice-guided turn-by-turn navigation, as well as map rendering and moving around on the maps. All right, what do you say we run speedtest.net on our two contestants? Again, we've got Verizon's 4G coverage. All we're getting is 3G, and over here we've got AT&T's 4G, and we are picking up some 4G signal. So let's run these and see what comes back. And you can looks as if we're getting quite a bit more out of AT&T at this point. 1064 versus 319. And upload zippity doodah out of both of them. And again, we'll run a few of these. 270 to, oh my god, I can't upload. 104. All right, let's try this again. Hopefully this is going to improve, because that was pretty embarrassing for both of them. Verizon definitely improved their 3G. Outperformed AT&T's 4G on that maneuver. On download. Alright, we'll run again upload. It's horrible on both, and we'll try both of them one more time. And see if anything gets any better. Well, I'm going to try one more, because it looks like AT&T's 4G is actually trying to do something. Again, upload is just horrible on both. Try one more and see if it makes any difference. No. No, so real world, both of them sucked, but seemed to me that the Thunderbolt 4G was the least of the suckies in our speedtest.net. So there you go, and both of them were absolutely horrible on upload. All right, what do you say we wrap up today's face-off between Verizon's HTC Thunderbolt 4G and AT&T's HTC Inspire 4G with our browser comparison? Got both of the handsets running off the same Wi-Fi network. They both are enabled for full flash. They both have Adobe Flash 10.2. They both have their displays set to automatic brightness. Don't forget, stop by smartphoneme.com. Check out my written review and winner today's face-off, along with some photos and videos from today's contestants for you to compare as well. And I think that's it. What do you say we kick this off? And we'll start with Smartphone Envy. And there we go. We're off. I've got the Thunderbolt on the left and the Inspire 4G on the right. It looks like the Inspire 4G wants to get there first. And the winner is going to be the Inspire 4G. Thunderbolt right behind it. A little bit sticky at the startup. Double tap to zoom in, pinch to zoom, rewraps. Double tap to zoom all the way out. Works very well. Again, just a little bit sticky at the startup. A little bit smoother on the Thunderbolt 4G than the Inspire 4G. Multi-touch, no problem. Double tap to zoom all the way out. Both very smooth. Alright, let's head over to Engadget. Let's see how they handle that. And we're off. That looked pretty close as well. And neck, and it looks like the Thunderbolt wants it this time. And the winner is, again, the Inspire 4G. A little bit sticky at the beginning. Thunderbolt, same thing. Double tap to zoom in. Double tap to zoom in. Pinch to zoom. Both of them have absolutely no problem rewrapping the text to fit the display. They seem to be rendering everything fine. Something going on with the page that's processing intensive, because they're both having a little trouble scrolling through it, not as smooth as they typically are. But both having really no problem in doing it, but just not quite as smooth as you would expect from two phones with the desktop version. All right, let's go to CNN and watch a video and see how they handle flash video. This isn't going to be a fair race because I missed and hit the wrong friggin' bookmark, so let's try that. Let's get over to CNN. Get that loaded. So far up until now, the Inspire 4G has been just a hair quicker than the Thunderbolt 4G. Alright. No problem rendering either one. I hate to show this video again. Well, let's go to Moment of the Quake. And we're off. I think that was pretty even. Let them switch pages, and once they get it loaded, we'll double tap to zoom in, and we should get a 30-second spot, I believe, before what we're after. And it looks like the Thunderbolt's just a hair ahead.
Mid-sized businesses are the engines of a smarter planet. IBM and our business partners have the expertise and insights to help mid-sized businesses across all industries work smarter. Let's build a smarter planet together.
All right. Neither one seemed to have any problem in handling the flash video at all. I live in, just coming to you from Southern California, so I've been in a couple earthquakes. I grew up in the Midwest, and until you've been in one, you don't realize how terrifying that video really is. So anyway, there's a look at the browser comparison. I got to tell you, the Inspire 4G was a little quicker at loading just about everything, except for that last flash video. It looked like the Thunderbolt 4G loaded a little bit quicker. Both of them seem to play it very smooth. Didn't seem to have any issues at all. So there's our look and our comparison face-off between the Thunderbolt 4G and Inspire 4G. Again, don't forget to stop by smartphoneenvy.com. Check out the winner of today's face-off, along with photos and videos from today's contestants, along with other smartphone news. I hope it's been helpful. Take care.